you guys.
Let Coach start with opening statement and open it up for questions.
Okay, coming off an extremely tough loss, like we talked about after the game, we had opportunities really in all three phases to close the game out. So obviously that was disappointing. There were some good things to take from the game. JB made his first start. Really, the first week he got first-team reps against, a top-5 defense. I think we rushed for 350 yards, which was a bright spot. He rushed for 150. Had 2 touchdowns. I mean, obviously, we're going to focus on being more balanced. Wish we'd hit some of those throws, but we'll be focusing on being more balanced with that. Defense did some good things. The 2 pick sixes. Played one of the best teams in college football toe-to-toe. That was a positive. Now, make no mistake, we're not into moral victories and all that, and our fan base are disappointed. They should be disappointed. We're disappointed also. We got to find a way to take that next step. I will say we did improve. This game played one of our best games, so that's what we're going to focus on. We're playing BYU, another top 10, 11 team in the country. You look at them on film. They look the part. Their defense, they do a lot of different things. They're pretty exotic, even odd. Their 2 defensive ends are really, really good. Secondary is very opportunistic. Then offensively, they're one of the better offenses in our league. So another opportunity for our guys. Our guys, we had practice last night. The guys responded like I thought they would, and we're ready for the next task against BYU. Questions?
Coach, Xe'ree Brown, is he your starting quarterback now moving forward? Has that been established? Or is he still in open competition?
He's our starting quarterback. I'm real excited about him. You talk about his potential is really off the charts. He's got as good as arm as probably anybody in college football. I like the way he's handled himself. I mean, he ran physical. He ran hard. The moment wasn't too big. And so a lot of really good things, to build upon with him.
Gus, when you look at the passing game, I know Xe'ree was his first start, but still, what do you guys need to do to get better in that passing game, and what do you need to do to help maybe build some confidence for Xe'ree as he moves forward?
I think you're exactly right. We need to put him in some situations, especially early in games right there, to help him. That was his first rodeo, and things are going a little fast and all that, and they had some good cover guys, and so we just got to be more balanced, and we're going to focus on that. And he can run it. Everybody knows he can run it. R.J. Harvey had another outstanding game, with that. But we got to be balanced, and if we can be balanced, we got a chance to be a really good offense.
Coach, from your perspective, we're talking about the passing game there too. Let's build on that a bit. If it improves, do you feel like that in a complementary sense that would help the defense get off the field a bit more too?
I think the big thing in the defensive defense, we didn't get it done on third downs, and they were on the field too much, and so everything works together. And like I said, the reality is that was his first week in practice to go with ones. So it takes a little bit of time as far as the timing. We were just a little off. We missed a couple of those that were pretty close. But, now that we'll get in a routine, we'll do nothing but improve in that area.
What role do you see for E.J. Colson going forward?
He's our number 2 guy, and he's one play up right there. And, I've told you he's got a chance to be an outstanding quarterback at this level. And he's one play up, and he's ready, and he's practicing well too.
Hey, Coach, we know the defense had 2 pick sixes, but they played near 40 minutes, and we know that you run a fast-paced tempo offense. Some plays are just set to go fast. Do you think that harms you a little bit, especially like in the late game situation where there could have been more time run off the clock?
Well, in that situation, I think there was 7 or 8 minutes left. We were up by 5. As a coach, you do what you think is best to win the game. You keep trying to score too. You don't just ice the thing. So obviously it didn't work out in that area. But, as far as them being on the field, it was a combination of us not being able to get off the field on stay on the field in third down like we talked about, and then them staying on the field. And that's kind of their MO. As far as controlling the clock and all that.
Do you plan to make some more adjustments to maybe slow the game down just a little bit more going into those crunch time situations?
Well, obviously it didn't work out. And time it didn't work out, that's what stands out. Each game, outplays different. And so you just got to do the best you can as far as putting your guys in the best situations.
Granted, you want to see a little bit more balance with the passing game, but hitting the big home run running plays, did it feel a little bit more like the offense that you expected to see, or that you kind of envisioned with this
Well,
group?
I mean, you rush for 350 yards against the number 5 defense in college football. There's some good things you take away, and our offensive line did a good job. R.J. Harvey, continues to show he's one of the better backs in college football. And then you add the quarterback run element. He rushed for over 150 yards. So there's a lot of good things that we can take that can use in our favor with that. But like I said, we're going to focus on the passing game. We're going to focus on being more balanced. And so there's great potential with our offense, moving forward.
Coach, is there a protocol or procedure that you have as far as clock management when it comes to like timeouts, player personnel, substitutions, late games, tempo, or is that all handled by you?
Of course, I'm the head coach, so I'll make the final decisions on everything. But we do have systems set for different advice and all that.
In what ways is it helpful to have another opponent like BYU that's in the same spot after the way you guys played against Iowa State, to see another opponent of that caliber to try to carry it over?
Well, we're playing one of the better teams in college football again, back-to-back weeks. I think another thing you can take away from when you get over the disappointment is we can play with anybody. And we're a team. I think we're getting better now. We kind of starting to get pieces in place, and we got our quarterback situation figured out. So now we're playing another top 11 team, top 10 team, and so we have another opportunity. But you turn on the film, I mean, they look the part. I mean, they look like that type of team. They're really good on defense, really good on offense.
Coach, you guys have had success both on offense and defense the past couple of games. What would you say needs to change for you guys to get over the hump?
Yeah, I think the big thing that stands out is just finding a way to make that play to win the game. I mean, that's really what stands out to me. We had opportunity in all 3 phases to help close the game out, and we didn't get it done. So we need to take that next step to find a way to make the play to win the game.
Obviously, Coach, you're focused on this season trying to win as many games as possible, but is it disappointing to see teams like BYU and Cincinnati kind of take that next jump this season where you guys are still trying to figure stuff out?
You give them credit, but we're, like I said, we're where we're at. And it's disappointing just for us. Like, we had higher expectations, but we got to figure out a way to finish. I really believe we can finish strong. So, yeah, we're disappointed. Like I said, our fan base disappointed. They should be disappointed. But there's a lot of things moving forward. I think that we can finish strong.
You were slipping and sliding a lot on that turf the other night. It looked like Nigel Kelly that got the best of him. I know he had to exit the game. Do you have an update on his status moving forward?
Yeah, he was out there last night. It looks like he'll have a chance to play this week. You're exactly right. I mean, the field was a little different than what we're used to. We made some adjustments with our cleats, as the game went on. But I think we dodged one with that, and I'll update his status as it gets closer.
What about John Walker? I know he hasn't played at all this season. You said there was a chance he could come back. What's his status?
we were hopeful. He had surgery, and John won't be back. He's out for the year. Obviously, he's one of our best players overall, if not our best players. That was tough, but he'll be ready to go next year.
RJ obviously finishes with this season high in rushing yards, but only 18 of them came in the second half. What do you have to do to keep him involved?
Yeah, I mean, what did he carry it 20-some times? Our goal every week is to get him the ball 20-plus times, so just continue to do that. Now, what do you have, 190-some yards rushing? Just continue to give him the ball and good things happen.
But just in the second half, he only had 18, I think. Most of his carries came in first.
Yeah, I think they did a good job, and, we didn't have the ball that much either.
Coach, a lot of movement from the special teams unit. You've said in the past that the goal is to make special teams a weapon. Do you think you had elements of that last night with field position, and how much of that can you carry against BYU?
No, overall, like special teams, we got to do a better job. Overall, now I will say this: the blocked extra point was huge. I mean, that was a huge by our young one, and that was an impact play. But overall, they had the big punt return. That was extremely tough right there. But we got to do better on special teams.
Gus, I asked Tim and Ted this last night, but do you feel the external pressure with the ongoing losing streak and everything, and if you've felt pressure from the administration, I guess, with the way things have gone this season?
You know, I feel my own internal pressure as far as disappointment of not getting it done to win games, especially the last one was a tough one to swallow. You know, we got to figure out a way to win the game, but it's next game, and that's the way I look at it. I've been doing this a long time, and I've had a lot of ups and downs, and it's all about our players, it's all about our team, and from a coach's standpoint, we got to do better to help them.
Coach, after Xavier Townsend left, that was your kick returner, both kick returner and punt returns. Now you have Trent Whittemore on punt returns, but he seems to often go for the fair catch more often than not. Do you feel like you're eliminating a part of your game with not having a more, versatile returner back
Well,
there?
first of all, we got confidence in Trent, and the game plays out different ways, as far as that goes. Our last game, just for example, we tried to block it. We thought we could go after it. We thought we had a chance with their, snap time and all that. And so that was part of the game plan. It wasn't on Trent, but Trent's a really good punt returner. He returned punts at the last place he was at. Peterson, you saw the young one. I mean, he's electric, guys. And so we're going to continue to get him chances. He made the one run. He broke a couple tackles, and he hit the one the week before, too. And so we're real excited about, his future return, kickoffs.
You just said you've experienced a lot of ups and downs as a head coach. What's different about this stretch of down?
What's different?
Yeah.
We're in game 4. We've had to change quarterbacks, and anytime you change quarterbacks, there's going to be a period of time of adapting. And so, that's what we're doing. And the good thing is, like I said, I think everybody can see, JB's extremely talented. And he just needs to work with our one receivers more, and he'll improve each week, and we'll improve each week in the passing game.
What do you need to see from wide receivers to help him out?
The other night, we just got to make plays when you get the opportunity. Really, it's as simple as that. But I think in fairness to receivers, too, it just takes a while, and we got to accelerate that thing. We threw it a lot last night. We'll continue to do that in practice.
Coach, you said in the past that your championship teams have been player-laden. You got a lot of seniors with this class, bringing in a lot of seniors also through the transfer portal. What would you grade the current senior class and kind of how they're doing with this current process in this season? This year?
Our leaders have done an outstanding job. We're going through a tough time, and they brought it every day in practice and games, and they played their guts out. Saturday night, in a hostile environment, and they came out in practice yesterday. So that's a sign of great leadership, and real proud, and I'm honored to coach those guys.
I know the quarterback broke contain on a few occasions, but it seemed like you guys were able to get more pressure on him. You were able to create some turnovers. Where do you feel like the defense is at?
That quarterback, he was a phenomenal player. He got loose, and that definitely extended some drives and some third downs. And when we're bringing 5, we got to do a better job of containing when you're bringing 5. When you're bringing 4, you got linebackers that can fit, and that's a focus. That's a focus moving forward. But he made some plays a couple times. We thought we had him, didn't have him. He was a strong guy, and but we got to continue to improve in that area.
I guess it looked like on that touchdown by Iowa State at the end of the game that they had, maybe it looked like a false start and everything, but it wasn't called. Did you feel like there could have been opportunity there? To have a penalty called, and would have been a 10-second runoff, I think, wouldn't it have been at the opportunity?
Yeah. The guy was in motion. They didn't call it, but yeah, that was a motion 10-second runoff. But it is what it is. They didn't call it, so on to the next one.
Coach, with the quarterback change, how would you evaluate the team's performance so far, and what is your message to the players moving forward?
Say it again.
With the quarterback change, how would you evaluate the team's performance so far, and what's your message to the players moving forward?
Well, I think for his first start, you're asking a guy to have his first start, and you're taking on number 5 defense in college football and number 9 team in college football, and you had a chance to win. So I'd say it's positive, and our guys understand that, and our guys are looking forward to the next game.
BYU had an exciting last-minute finish the other night against Oklahoma State. They've had an excellent season so far. Just looking at the film and their personnel, what really stands out to you about BYU? They're
a legit team. You can tell how they're undefeated. they found a way to win. They may not played their best game last week, but they found a way to win. That's what really good teams do. Like I said, defensively, their defensive ends, I got two of them that I'm real impressed with. They're very aggressive. They've been with this same defense coordinator, I guess, for 3 years. And offensively, what are they? Number 4 offense in our league, and they're balanced too. They're a veteran team. You can tell they're an older veteran team, and so it'll be a good test for us.
Gus, how much are you looking forward to having these back-to-back games at home? Be in front of a home crowd, especially during a streak like when you're trying to break it, having like the home support possibly.
No, there's no doubt. We're really looking forward. We really appreciate our fans. We need to give these guys something to cheer about. We need to win a game like this, and so we're really excited to play not just this game, but the next one too.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
Good, how you doing?
All right, Adrian, I know that was a tough game to go through the other night. You guys had them, just couldn't make plays at the end. What's the mood and the mindset after another loss like that?
Just learn from it and move on. Go to the next game. That's all we could do. Don't repeat history.
You had an opportunity to Ja'Cory's first start. What did you were able to see from him, and how did he kind of fit well into the offense of what you guys are trying to do?
He took over like the team. Like, he been a good leader, and like the atmosphere there was big. So like he took over the O-line. He took over everything to make sure we get the plays in on time and like make sure we run the ball good and throw the ball good.
Adrian, there have been some struggles relatively running the football leading up to the Iowa State game, and then you had at least 3 big runs. What did that do for your confidence going into it? Coming up for this BYU game, do you guys feel stronger with that, or how can you build on that? I guess is what I'm asking.
Just execute more. Like, it help us like to know where they're gonna be at. BYU got a good team, and for that it show us like where they're gonna line up at, where they're gonna be at. So build up confidence good, I feel like.
With the change in quarterback, what leadership have you seen from KJ Jefferson these last couple of weeks?
Oh, he speak up more, and he helped the quarterbacks like with the plays and stuff, and like he really good at not like showing like he don't care, but he care a lot about the team, and he's help him be a better leader.
The past few weeks, the offense has been really struggling to pass the ball, so it's been run dominant. But even this game, with the passing game struggling, you guys had over 300 rushing yards, quarterback and R.J. Harvey. What does that do for your confidence as an offensive line, knowing that you're still making the holes when they're loading the box?
I feel like it built all of us up. Like, we put the team on our backs to make good plays, make sure we get touchdowns and stuff. So it built everybody's confidence up.
You mentioned what the atmosphere was like at Iowa State. So what stood out about the way Xe'ree handled that moment, and whether it's organization or communication, what really kind of stood out as throughout the course of the game?
I feel like for him, he get the plays in on time and telling us like switch IDs and stuff and make sure we go to the right hats, make sure hats on hats.
Speaking of putting the team on your back, in that Iowa State game, 4 minutes left, you just got to get 1 or 2 first downs. Like, as an O-lineman, it's kind of like a dream to be able to put the team on your back. How do you feel in that situation? Would you want to maybe run the ball a little bit more instead of taking those shots? Like, what you would have done in that situation?
If I was in that situation, I would think run the ball a little bit more, but we got to do what we got to do to get more yards. So, like, whatever coach got to call, we got to run it. So it really don't matter.
Obviously, we've been saying Ja'Cory's first star playing number 9 team in the country at their place. How big was it to get Caden Kittler back in there to play back?
It was really big because he was, he is the starter. So, like, just to get everybody healthy, just in case somebody else do go down, we got enough people to back it up.
Do you think the running game can continue to have success without that threat in the passing game to kind of balance things out?
Repeat that one more time.
Do you think the running game can continue to have success without sort of a threat in the passing game to sort of balance things out?
Yeah, I feel like we can have more success, but people gonna think they're gonna stack the box. So like we gotta establish our passing game too. So yeah.
We saw last game. You guys get a couple of big runs. What kind of energy does that bring when you get a long touchdown run, and how much confidence does that build in the offense to know that you can break one like that?
It's just like it pushes our confidence up because like we work all week for this, on these runs and stuff. So like, it built our confidence up. So yeah.
You're facing BYU. They have a good defense. They're off to a really good start this season. I don't know how much you've looked at film or what the coaches have told you, but what are your expectations when you line up against BYU on Saturday?
This is gonna be great for us. It's gonna cause we know they line up what they're supposed to line up. So like that's good on our part and their part too. So we know what they're gonna be at. So hopefully they're gonna be what they're gonna be at.
Do you like the opportunity this presents? I mean, they're top 11. I mean, you were facing the number 9 team last week. I mean, this is a good opportunity to kind of get back on track against a top ranked team.
Yeah, I feel like this set us up big time. If we win, I feel like we win this game, we're gonna win all of the games.
Adrian, back here. It seems like in the middle of this 4-game losing streak, Iowa State was the closest y'all were to really getting that win and getting over the hump, but obviously y'all fell short. From your perspective as a player and in the locker room, what will it take for you guys to really make that final step to getting that win and securing it, whether you're behind or you're ahead?
I just feel like we all just need to execute more and be on the same page and just don't something don't go right, just give up. So I just feel like we all just need to come together and put everybody on our backs.
What is the confidence in the locker room right now between all the players?
We still got confidence. We come out to the field every day. We come out on practice every day. We bring it every day. This loss right here don't break us. We just got to focus on the next 5 games.
Adrian, Coach talked about BYU having a good pass rush threat on the edge. And, of course, you've talked about stacking the box being a factor in the game and you having to come out to handle that early and be prepared for that. But from your perspective as well, how much can you affect that in the run game to kind of keep those pass rushers honest on the edge?
Great question. I just feel like, people, they're going to think we're going to run the ball more, so they really going to, not back off a little bit. So, I don't know. Yeah.
Adrian,
I got what you were saying. I'll leave it at that.
Adrian, you just talked a little bit about that you guys don't have confidence. You guys have confidence.
Yeah.
You're not going to let that loss break you.
Mm-hmm.
Where does that come from for you guys? I mean, it's got to be. I mean, you went through a losing streak last year. You're going through this one. Where is it? The leadership? Is it the seniors? Where is that confidence coming, and how is it growing? Even though things aren't maybe necessarily where you want them to be.
We got a lot of seniors in the locker room. So this is the last year we've been playing college football. So we break they uplift everybody in the locker room. So. It's just this is our last one, so we got to do it. No matter what, we got to do this for our family. We got to do it for everybody. So that's what bringing the group together as one.
All right, Adrian, I'll put it this way. Let's give it one more shot.
Okay.
How important is it for the run game to keep those defensive edges disciplined and honest and not just coming with their ears pinned back?
Okay. Oh, okay. So we run the ball a lot, as you can see. We run the ball a lot. So like I said, they're gonna be where they're supposed to be at. So that's all that matters because we know they're gonna be at. So that's really it. Yeah.
Anything else for Adrian? All right, good stuff, Adrian. Appreciate it. I appreciate you, man.
No problem.
Come on,
How you doing? Good, how are you? Good.
All right, Xe'ree, I know you played a lot last season as a freshman. You came in kind of, more of a reserve earlier on in the year, but you've been earning more and more playing time. You're playing basically starter level snaps now. Are you getting a lot more comfortable now with this step up of competition in the Big 12? How are you feeling out there?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. Yeah, confidence is really high. Beginning of the season, I started off slow, just trying to just get my feet in the ground, but as I started to pick it up, it just got better.
Was there a turning point for you? Was there a game where you felt really good about your performance?
I feel like every game is I know I could always do better. So it's I have those moments where I did really well, but it's I come to practice every day I can get better. There's always a play that I can do better on, or getting off blocks. It doesn't matter. I always think about just getting better. So
You look at that last Saturday's game at Iowa State. What your performance? You have a strong performance. What was it about that game? What was it maybe specifically that you kind of just things start clicking a little bit better for you? And what did you see from that group when you were out there?
Just it was good. It was good. I was just trying to stay focused and stick to the game plan, not do my own thing. Just all about execution. So.
With that in mind, building on that, what can you kind of take away from this previous game going into the upcoming one to kind of build and improve like you're saying you want to do there?
Things that we could definitely take away from this past game is, just that quarterback run game. We got to get our eyes back and just, rally to the ball, execute, do our job, yeah.
What stands out to you about BYU?
Everything. They got a good quarterback. They got a good running back, good wide receivers, everything about them. They're really good, one of the top teams in the nation. Just got to keep this quarterback in the pocket and, just do our job.
Xe'ree, how demoralizing is it for you? Like, the defense has been performing better, scored basically 14 points, and played near 40 minutes, but in the final drive, you just couldn't get that last stop. What does that do to you guys?
It happens. It's life. We might have, we didn't finish off well. It's fine, though. We're not going to let that kill us. It's not going to break us. Right now, we just got to focus on the next game. Focus on stopping them and winning this next game. So
You've played a lot more three linebacker sets with you, Deshaun, and Ethan. How do you feel like that's changed the identity of the defense? What's it doing in forcing opponents into changes throughout the course of a game?
I feel like it's good. We just doesn't matter who we put on the field. As long as we get on the field and stop them, I feel like we just execute and do our job. We're gonna be great. So.
Do you feel like it's changing the identity of your unit in any way?
Yeah, I can see it changing, but at the same time, that's just us sticking to the game plan and just doing our job.
Xe'ree, being a little bit of a newer guy, getting more snaps, Night Nation getting a little bit more familiar with you. What would you say kind of is the characteristics of your game? Like, who are you and what do you feel like you bring to this defense?
I try to be a leader, as looking up to Ethan and Deshaun, just all these other guys. I'm trying to be more like them and just lead by example. So, coming to practice every day, just busting my butt off, just trying to be one of the best and show everybody, just because I came from an FCS team doesn't mean anything. I played to this level, I could be the best here. So, yeah.
A lot has been made probably from us throughout the year about how much more aggressive this defense under Coach Roof is. Last game, I know the quarterback escaped a little bit, but it seemed like you guys got more pressure, able to create some turnovers. Does it feel like things are starting to click a little bit more on that end? Are you feeling a little bit more comfortable with what you're trying to do and how to make it work?
Yeah, no, I would say we're getting a lot more comfortable with everything. Defense, we just want to stop them. We just want to stop them. So whatever we are to do, whatever Coach Roof says. And we just listen and just stick to that game plan. It's gonna work. We just gotta execute it.
So you got the homecoming game this week with the top-ranked opponent. What do you expect the atmosphere to be like, and how does that change anything you guys do on defense?
Sorry, can you repeat that question? I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's the homecoming game this week against a top-ranked opponent. What do you expect the atmosphere to be like? And if it is loud, how does that change anything you guys do on defense?
To be honest, it's going to be electric. Obviously, I hope get everybody here to the game, but it's not really going to change anything. We're gonna come out there with a chip on our shoulder, and we're just gonna execute, do our job, just dominate. So yeah.
You're a West Coast guy. What do you know about BYU's identity as an opponent?
I feel like from the West Coast, it don't really mean anything. Everybody's from different backgrounds, but honestly, nothing really different. Nothing really different. Just we know who they are, and we about to come out strong. So yeah.
For you personally, just playing out there, playing linebacker, what's been your favorite play that you made?
I would say my favorite play was that third down stop against Cincinnati, last play of the game last week. I feel like that was one of my favorite plays. Yeah.
You talked a little bit about going from making the jump from FCS to the FBS play. What's been the thing that stood out to you about it? Is it the level? Is there a different level of athleticism? Is it the plays that are being called? What really kind of you've noticed has been the difference maybe between the two groups?
Yeah, I would say the speed of the game. The speed of the game is a lot more faster, and that's mostly the biggest difference for me, at least. So.
Did it take time to adjust to that?
When I first got here, it took a little bit of time, but it just over time, I just adjusted and I got better. So yeah.
Circling back to the demoralizing loss result on defense. I mean, when you play such a good game and you executing on levels, but then you miss a sack or a tackle, that could change the course of the game. What does that do to you as a defense?
Yeah, it could hurt in the moment, but our mindset is to focus on the next play. You know, it could happen. It's gonna happen in football. It's life. Just after that, you just gotta focus on the next play and just execute that next play and do your job.
And how much does that show that you have to pay attention to even the littlest of details, like pursuit on the tackle?
Yeah, I would say it's just going back to your key steps or just your technique. Just going back to that, just breaking down at the ball or just rallying to the ball. Just getting everybody there. That's about it.
To come close at Iowa State, how much now does this team need to break this losing streak this weekend?
Wait, say that again. Sorry.
Just to come that close and feel victory just a few moments away, how much is this victory needed this weekend now?
I'd say it's very much needed. It's very much needed. We just got to come together as a team and just, rally together, build each other up, and just execute.
Does it feel close?
Yeah, I would say it's really close. The way that we executed this past game against one of the top 10 teams in the nation, it shows us that hey, if we could do this against this team and they're one of the top 10 top teams in the nation, we can come out this week and do the same thing and come out with a win. So yeah.
Sorry, here right now, you just have a real calm and cool, soft-spoken demeanor, but on the field, when you make a play, you can kind of feel that passion, feel that aggression. It's almost like two different people. Can you just talk about your mindset when you're on the field now when you're up here?
Yeah, when I'm up here, I gotta stay calm and everything. Cause it's I'm just trying to be myself. On the field, it's different, cause I gotta lead. We as a linebacker, we gotta basically the quarterback of the defense. We gotta lead the whole. We gotta set the line, set the front, make sure what everybody's doing on the field, So it's a whole different mindset. Got to come out just with that leadership mindset. So yeah.
Anything else? Perfect. Good stuff.
Thank you guys.